The San Antonio Spurs are in a position right now that so many teams would dream of being in. Just making the finals with your best player only being 22 years old and the rest of your core is still very young, it seems like the future is super bright in San Antonio. However, there is one issue with this roster, and it's nothing about the players not being good enough. It's actually that they have too many good young players. The Spurs drafted Dylan Harper with the second overall pick, already having De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle. Some people thought that this was already going to be an issue, but he was the best player on the board and you had to pick him. And he was obviously the correct pick. Suiting up in 69 games during the 25-26 season, averaging around 12 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 4 assists on 50% from the field and 34% from three. 50% from the field as a guard is insanely good. And obviously that is only his rookie season. Dylan Harper is only going to be getting better as the seasons go on and he gets older and develops more. But that's the issue. Is the Spurs the best situation for Dylan Harper to develop into the superstar that so many people think he can be? The Spurs have one of the best point guard rooms in the entire NBA of Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, and Stephon Castle. And for most teams, this wouldn't even be an issue. You would just have the third best guard come off the bench, but that's getting increasingly more difficult to decipher on the Spurs roster as time goes on. First, let's talk about Stephon Castle, the rookie of the year in 2024. Last season played in 68 games, averaged almost 17 per game on 5 rebounds, 7.4 assists on 47-33 shooting, and he was one of the best perimeter defenders in the entire NBA. And being around the same age as Victor Wembanyama, him and Wemby last year, Area 51 duo, they were one of the best defensive duos in the NBA. Wemby in the paint, Castle out on the perimeter, and even on offense, Castle finding Wemby with lobs. Their offensive chemistry was there too. These two are here to stay. Now we have to talk about De'Aaron Fox. And by no means am I a De'Aaron Fox hater. I never have been and I never will be. I'm just going to call it like it is. Last year, De'Aaron Fox played in 72 games, 18 points per game, almost 4 rebounds, 6 assists on 48-33 shooting. And yes, he was selected as an all-star with these numbers. It's because of an injury replacement, but still, wow. I mean, wow. And no, those regular season stats are not bad. He played in 72 games and he played decent in those games. The issue is more of his age and his fit with the team. And no, De'Aaron Fox is not 40. He's only 28 years old, but he will be turning 29 next NBA season. Now, that's not that old. It really isn't, but compared to the Spurs roster and Wemby and the rest of the young talent, it does seem like he is kind of an outlier here. However, during the regular season, which is all we've really talked about so far, it was Castle and Fox starting and Harper was off the bench, and that led them to a 60-win season. And yes, Harper was showing massive flashes throughout the regular season, but if what happened in the playoffs never happened, then we really wouldn't even be making this video right now. De'Aaron Fox in 21 games in the postseason averaged 15.5 points per game, about 4 rebounds, 6 assists in 33.5 minutes per game. Keep an eye on that, 33.5 minutes and 41-29 shooting. Very, very poor performance from De'Aaron Fox here in the playoffs. Now, he did miss 2 games because of an injury, and some people are using that injury as an excuse of him playing poorly throughout the playoffs, but if you're playing and you're on the court, then in my opinion, you're healthy enough for me to count your stats. Now let's talk about Dylan Harper in the playoffs, who absolutely broke out in the postseason, played in all 23 possible games for the Spurs, 14 points, 5.5 rebounds, almost 3 assists on 51-33 shooting in only 26 minutes. Guys, remember, he was coming off the bench every single game, playing with the bench unit, putting up these numbers. He was absolutely cooking. And on the biggest stage in the NBA Finals, as a rookie coming off the bench, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 25 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Dylan Harper is out there playing like a veteran star. And not only the NBA Finals, throughout the entire playoffs, Dylan Harper was proving that he was built for the big moments and that the Spurs should consider maybe starting him. And on the other side, De'Aaron Fox was not playing good in these games. And remember, guys, he's getting more of an opportunity than Harper in these games by 7 to 10 minutes. 7 points, 20 points, 12 points, 18 points, and 7 points as the lead starting point guard, all-star for your team. You're getting outplayed by a rookie off the bench. Now, do I think that this one playoff run should absolutely tell us everything we need to know about De'Aaron Fox and he should be cut from the Spurs and never play basketball again? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it is something that happened and we have to take it into account. We can't pretend like it doesn't matter. Spurs fan or not, I'm about to ask you a hypothetical question and in your mind, think of the answer. Who would you rather have starting for your team next season? De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Wemby, or Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, and Wemby? In my opinion, I'm picking Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper has only scratched the surface at showing us what he can become in this league. If he gets a real starting opportunity around players like Julian Champagnie, Devin Vassell, Wemby, and Stefan Castle, I mean, his skill set is going to be utilized to the max. And yes, these combos have already been had around the Spurs on who should start De'Aaron Fox or Dylan Harper, and yeah, it's not looking good for Dylan Harper. Reports have already come out that Dylan Harper dispels the rumor that he is unhappy with a bench role, that he's okay with being on the bench next season. I mean, I don't really believe that. I don't think you can come out and publicly say you're going to be mad about it as a player for a team. I mean, that's just like negative team chemistry. You can't really expect Dylan Harper to go out there and say, yes, I'm going to be unhappy if I'm not starting on this team coming into his second year behind De'Aaron Fox. He can think that in his mind, but yeah, he's not going to say that publicly. And there's really an unspoken rule in the NBA that I don't really like to bring up right now, but I honestly think it has some sort of pull in this situation. Now, De'Aaron Fox has a huge contract extension that he signed with the Spurs, and that was one of the main reasons he went over there, because he knew that the Spurs could give him this extension. And honestly, the unspoken rule I'm talking about is benching a player with one of these max extensions. It's really frowned upon. And no, I'm not saying that's the only reason why Dylan Harper is not starting, but I'm saying it probably has some sort of pull in this situation. An organization benching a max extended player all-star last season, I mean, it doesn't really make sense from an organization standpoint. Even though they have a superstar potential player in Dylan Harper off the bench, the situation is super complicated and messy in San Antonio with who they should start. It seems like the right thing to do is to let De'Aaron Fox start and have Dylan Harper continue to come off the bench and be one of the best six-man in the entire NBA. But the other side of the coin is let Dylan Harper start, show his potential, and maybe have them battle for the starting spot, flip and flop the roster throughout the regular season on who is starting. That might not be the smartest thing to do because of roster continuity, but still, at least you're giving Dylan Harper a real shot here to prove that he belongs in the starting lineup. And guys, De'Aaron Fox isn't going anywhere. He signed a long contract extension with the Spurs, so they're going to need to figure this out one way or another if Dylan Harper will ever start for this team, or if they'll just continue to start De'Aaron Fox because they feel like it's the right thing to do. Now let's take a look at the Spurs payroll to really see what we're tackling here. De'Aaron Fox is signed through the 2029-30 season, getting paid $61 million in that season, and obviously Dylan Harper signed through the 28-29 season with that team option the Spurs will 100% pick up. But if you think that they're going to bench a $60 million player, I mean, that's just crazy to have a $60 million player come off the bench. It's just a crazy situation because I feel like Dylan Harper could start as early as next season, the 2026-27 season. But with that contract that De'Aaron Fox has, will he ever even get a real shot? Now, De'Aaron Fox will absolutely not love a bench role, guys. I don't know why Spurs fans are out there saying that De'Aaron Fox would gladly take a bench role on this team. Guys, no player that is an all-star, that is a starter their entire career, is going to openly accept a bench role. Everybody wants to start. He might not complain about it publicly, but he's not going to like it, guys. I really think that this next season is kind of the last straw here for the Spurs to see what they're going to do through the rest of Wemby's career, because you don't want to waste years of Wemby, and I feel like the Spurs have not really done that. Obviously, he had the blood clot issue, and his rookie year, they were just bad, but now we are getting into Wemby's real years, 23, 24, 25 years old, and Dylan Harper and Castle is the duo I feel like should be around Wemby. So that leaves the Spurs with one option, really. Do you trade De'Aaron Fox, or do you put him on a bench role until he basically requests a trade or demands a trade himself? Because Dylan Harper coming off the bench throughout these important developmental years is just not going to be good for him, guys. If he can start, his development will be amazing. He will blossom into a star way easier if he's actually starting and getting those minutes. The Spurs cannot fumble this situation. I feel like Dylan Harper is an asset that you would way rather keep in value over De'Aaron Fox at this point in their careers. Dylan Harper is a young star coming off an amazing postseason breakout that is proving that maybe he can be an all-NBA player one day, while De'Aaron Fox isn't going to be getting any better at this point in his career. We've seen the best version of him, and now the steady decline is going to begin. I feel like Dylan Harper is going to be an amazing player, and he should be starting as early as next season, and De'Aaron Fox should be coming off the bench. He's not not going to like it, guys. He will not openly accept this bench role. Nobody of his caliber of player would do that, but I feel like it's the right thing to do in the Spurs organization. And yeah, you might have an angry De'Aaron Fox, but your team is going to be better when you have Dylan Harper, Castle, and Wemby on the floor together, guys. That trio is absolutely insane, and I have no idea how other teams in the West will be able to keep up when you have Castle, Harper, and Wemby. That talent pool is ridiculous. But guys, please like the video, subscribe, hype the video, claim your OG ticket before 10K subscribers. I love you all. Peace.